Time for another board game review, and this time we have the game Spy Family Mission for Peanuts, the card game. This was sent to me by Kess and is designed by Anthony Thorpe. Spy Family Mission for Peanuts is a game of deduction and deception for 3 to 5 players who assume different roles to try to outmaneuver one another, building the best 2-card team for the mission. Let me show you how to play. So at the beginning of the game, each player is dealt 2 cards, and then you have to pick a card to choose to be your role. You place it face down in front of you like this. Once everyone picks, you then reveal your roles simultaneously. So on your turn, you draw a card from the deck. Then you take only one of the following actions. So here I have Informant and Telepath. I can either discard a card for its assist action. If you do that, you discard it face up. So let's say, for example, I played the Informant. The assist ability is pick 2 players and they trade hands. So I discard it, pick another player, we swap cards. Or instead of playing an assist action, I could instead on my turn deploy a new role. So if I'm currently the assassin, then I could be like, all right, I'm gonna discard the assassin and I'm going to become the informant instead. And then this deploy action will happen. In this case, draw the top card of the deck, then put a card from your hand on top of the deck. So if I did that, I would draw a card, and then I could, and I put a card back on top of the deck. Once you do your action, you should have only 1 card in your hand and a roll card in front of you, and then your turn is now over, and play continues. So yeah, that's 1 of 2 actions you can do. When a card is discarded, rotate the card 90 degrees so as not to confuse the player's discard pile with the player's roll card. The round ends once one of the following conditions are met. If a player has the spy, the telepath, and the assassin after they draw, that player instantly wins the round. So, just showing you. Telepath is my role. Let's say I had the assassin. There's only 1 spy card in here. And then it is randomly shuffled in after everyone gets their cards. So I get the winning combo. That's an insta-win. Another way a round can end is if all but 1 player is eliminated and the remaining player wins the round. Or if there are no cards remaining in the deck when the current player finishes their turn, then everyone reveals their hand. And whoever's hand and roll makes the highest ranking combination wins the round. If you win a peanut, and you get to go first in the next round. There is a sort of ranking system for the combos. So, you know, if you have a spy telepath or spy assassin, that is the best one. Obviously, besides the winning combination, there's telepath assassin, spy informant, telepath seer, handler agent, and assassin secret police. If nobody has a pair, then you compare the total number of X's on your cards. Whoever has the fewest X's on their cards is the winner of that round. Once you win a certain number of peanut points in 3-player game, if you win 3 peanuts, or 4 to 5 players, if you win 2 peanuts, then you win the whole game. And that's pretty much the game. So now let's go through what all the cards can do. So the spy, his special, if this card is put face up into a discard pile, shuffle it back into the deck. So he's always back in the deck. His deploy action, trade this card with the top card of the deck, then shuffle the deck. Telepath, assist action. All players reveal their hand to you, then you get to take another turn. If you deploy her, you cannot be eliminated by the assassin. The assassin, secret, if this card is put into your hand, except by drawing it, you are eliminated. So this is a way you can eliminate other players by forcing this card into their hand. Her deploy action is your hand cannot be traded or discarded by other players. The seer, assist action. Look at the top 3 cards of the deck, discard 1 of them face down, and then deploy. Draw up to 2 cards, then put that many cards on the bottom of the deck. The informant, we already went through before. The handler, the assist action, pick a direction, then all players will trade roles in that direction. And her deploy action, shuffle any 1 discarded card into the deck, then pick a player to trade their hand with the top card of the deck. So that's a way you could maybe potentially get the assassin into somebody's hand. The agent, the assist action here, draw a card and pick another player. They discard their hand, they randomly take a card from your hand, and then deploy, pick another player, use the assist ability of their role. Secret police, assist, pick a player, look at their hand. If they have the spy, they are eliminated, and you take another turn. deploy, you cannot be picked by secret police. And that's pretty much it. Otherwise, you're just, trying to either get the winning family combo or kill the other players or have a highest ranking pair at the end of the round. And that's the game. So back in episode 83, I reviewed a game called Love Letter. It's a very commonly known game. This is just like kind of a fiddlier Love Letter. I don't think it's bad, but it definitely doesn't even come close to something like Love Letter for me. The whole concept of, okay, try and build the best combination by the end is not actually very fun. Usually the actions on the cards are more important, so oftentimes you just kind of end up with whatever you manage to scramble together at the end. Eliminating opponents with the assassin card is fun when it actually happens, but it happens not as often as I'd like because the game is really fiddly in how you interact with each other. I feel bad constantly comparing this to Love Letter, but I feel like it's clearly an inspiration for this game. And Love Letter has so many chances to kill your opponents. So it's really fun and snappy because there are a limited number of assassin cards, and killing someone with one requires this extra step. It's never like play the assassin card to try to get someone. It's okay, play this card and then that might get the assassin card in their hand. It's very cumbersome. And just because of that, the assassinations don't happen very often. So it's just kind of boring. It feels like the game wants to be this sort of like hidden role game-ish experience, but it doesn't really feel like one. I think a genuine effort was made here, and I don't think the game is bad, but it really is just kind of like a clumsier, more cumbersome version of Love Letter with a bunch of these rules that don't really mesh together well. So I can only recommend this to die-hard fans of Spy Family. If you just love seeing the Spy Family characters on merchandise and that's good enough for you, then, I guess this game's okay. But otherwise, just play Love Letter. Yeah, Love Letter is simpler, but it's snappier and more fun than this.